Joel Embiid won the MVP on Tuesday. His Sixers tried to get greedy on Wednesday with him returning. Could Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics even this best of 7 series up at 1? Here's my promise to you. I'll show you every Tatum field goal. That was it. 1 for 7 from the field was Tatum. Just 11 points. Jaylen Brown, though, was a lot better. How about Brown inside? And then Marcus Smart contributing as well as he beats the first quarter buzzer. Celtics up by 6. In the second, it's Tatum. Dominant to Smart. Reversing it. I ain't never seen Marcus throw it down like that. Celtics up by 10. More good Jaylen Brown? I don't think so. It's Joel Embiid. He also struggled from the field like Tatum in his first game back, but did have 5 big blocks. Celtics up by 9, make it 12. Horford off the Derek White tip pass. Boston forces Philly to call a timeout. Would the Sixers mail it in, or would they try to make a run at this thing? Look at Embiid, throw it down. Joel in his first game after winning MVP had just 15 points. This game was decided in the third quarter because the Celtics couldn't miss from 3. They made 7 threes in the frame. You saw Brown, White. Now Malcolm Brogdon joins the fun, because it really ain't fun if the homies can't get none. To make up for Tatum's bad night, Brown had 25, White had 15, and Malcolm Brogdon chipped in 23 points, including a temperature check. To end the third, the Celtics are up by 29. And fourth quarter, more of the same. Shout out to my Vol for life. His name is Grant Williams. He's about to get paid this offseason. The Celtics blow open game 2, 121-87. We got a tie series as we head to Philadelphia. We got a pretty simple story in this series. I think oftentimes sports can be difficult. Heck, when I watch football, I most of the time don't even know what the heck going on. I couldn't tell you a coverage from here to there. Obviously, basketball has some simple elements to it. Shoot the ball, ball goes into the hoop. You can't travel. You can't do illegal stuff. You can't foul. But there are also some elements to the game that get complex from time to time, especially some of the intricate offenses around the league. Well, this Boston Celtics Philadelphia 76ers series is not intricate at all. There is one simple storyline here. There are 4 All-Stars in this series. Harden, Embiid for Philly, Tatum, Brown for Celtics. The first team to figure out how to have a good game with both of their stars at the same time in the same game is going to win this series. I don't think it's that difficult. Obviously, James Harden had a fantastic game 1. James did not have a good game 2. I think he scored like 12 points in game 2. Struggled to just find his way with bringing in the big fella back in game 2. Embiid didn't really have a great game 2 either, right? Obviously, I believe that's going to change. I look at Embiid struggling in game 2 more as to rest and, not being around and kind of a little rust on the body than anything, than him versus him not actually being, the centerpiece of the Sixers offense, because they did run it through him, right? They did try to give Embiid the ball a lot. He just wasn't connecting, just wasn't his normal self, wasn't attacking as much as we're used to attacking. I mean, he's got an injury that he said in normal circumstances would keep him out 4 to 6 weeks with that knee. So I think if Philly can find a way to get 25 from Harden, 32 from Embiid, which is pretty much his average, that's their formula. For the Celtics, I don't know what the heck is going on over here. We've seen Harden and Embiid struggle to find their way in the same game a few times throughout their tenure together. This one, though, on this Boston side is starting to get really interesting to me. Is there something going on under the table? I'm not used to seeing Tatum and Brown have such bad games alongside each other. It's become either you got it or I got it. And that never was the case last year under Ime Udoka in his first year as the Celtics head coach. I thought he did a phenomenal job. And I'll say even before then, I thought the Celtics always did a good job of allowing Tatum and Brown to play off of each other right now. They're not playing off each other right now. And that's a new development. I don't know if there's anything going on behind the scenes between these two fantastic players. I went and saw the Celtics-Hawks game 3, And I thought everything looked fine on the court, just being there looking at it live. But now that the more I see this, these two stars try to figure it out in Boston, it looks interesting. And I don't know, Jaylen Brown's name has been involved in trade rumors over the years. And I don't know if, coming off of the making the NBA Finals and then still hearing his name involved in Kevin Durant chatter, I don't know if that has anything to do with anything. Joe Mazzulla, I'm looking at this dude, man. He seems a little childish to me to be the Celtics head coach. I'm just telling y'all how I feel. I'm going to probably get in a little trouble for what I'm about to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. Watching these Celtics games throughout the playoffs, because they didn't look the greatest a couple games against the Hawks either. I'd be lying to you if I haven't asked myself a couple times watching this Celtics 76ers series, if I haven't asked myself, I understand Ime Udoka definitely made mistakes. If it's all about the improper relationship that he had with somebody on his staff, was it that serious? Now, obviously, there are some other pieces to this puzzle. If Ime was using his power to force, people's hands into having improper relationships, that's a whole nother conversation. But if these were mutually, relationships that were mutual and there was, no type of coercion, if these were consenting adults having a relationship, I'm like, man, Boston, are y'all sure y'all made the right move firing this dude? Like, because they suspended him. They could have brought him back after this year. Because I'm looking at Joe Mazzulla, and this dude seems a little childish to me. That's my personal opinion. I'm looking at him. I think it was a game a couple months ago where it looked like he was going to fight a player, if I'm not mistaken. Like, after the Celtics win game 2, Mazzulla goes to the mic and says, "You're not going to ask me about the game. You're not going to ask me about the X's and O's and how we made it." This was a childish approach to it. I understand, the media can be chatty sometime and look for storylines, and they're looking for the negative over the positive. The job just feels bigger to me than Mazzulla can be. That's how I see it year one. Celtics took a little bit of a step back this year. Second half of the year, they didn't play the greatest. So, again, it's whoever figures out how to have both of their stars be at least good. I think that's going to be the key here as we shift to Philly. Boy, is that thing going to be rocking for game 3 before the game when they hand Joel Embiid that NBA Most Valuable Player Award, a.k.a. the Michael Jordan Trophy. That thing is going to be rocking in Philadelphia as Embiid gets that hardware, as the Sixers chase the real hardware.